Have any of you in the media asked the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force why they are arresting Americans for misdemeanor trespassing? Has anyone in the media wondered why, as part of the so-called insurrection investigation, an investigation referred to by the Department of Justice as the largest discovery case in DOJ history, why not one single federal agent or law enforcement officer has ever questioned me about any aspect of the January 6th events? The answer to all these questions is no. They simply print or air what they are told. Maybe that will change tonight. Let me summarize the nature of this fight. Since September 30th, a 20-year Special Forces combat veteran that was recruited to work with the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force, but refused and blew the whistle on that recruitment, has been held in maximum security jail for 113 days without an Eighth Amendment constitutionally guaranteed bond because of a handwritten sign taped to the door on private property in March of 2021. The judge claims the words used constituted a threat towards law enforcement, yet that charge has never been claimed or filed, and the arrest for misdemeanor trespass came 7 months after that sign was removed. Meanwhile, February 6, 2022, a 22-year-old leftist punk with a brand new name, sealed background documents, and no social media history shows up at a legal and peaceful rally on Pinellas County Jail property. A rally that had numerous active law enforcement officers in the crowd, according to the Pinellas County Sheriff. A rally that had hundreds of unarmed citizens, including many children. A rally that had a sitting Florida House member and multiple U.S. congressional candidates. A rally that had multiple media outlets present. So, with hundreds of potential victims, Garrett Smith showed up with the intent and means to commit deadly violence against those he disagreed with politically. He was arrested, booked, granted a bond, and is free today. Does anyone see a problem here?
Yeah.
We are volunteering to wear masks just to watch grown men play a child's game. While millions starve to death in the third world because of an engineered global economic crisis, we allow corrupt bureaucrats like Tony Fauci and the CDC to tell us we can't work or live our normal lives without taking their deadly experiments. Experiments that have put millions of dollars in their pockets. It is time to take the message of free people to those responsible for these violations of human rights. While globally funded anti-American provocateurs incite riots and social unrest in major American cities, resulting in real death, destruction, and chaos, with almost no accountability for anyone involved, the corrupt FBI and Department of Justice are sparing no expense to hunt down and arrest Americans who have simply had enough with tyranny. Americans who showed up at our nation's capital and demanded to have their peaceful voices heard are now being held in American gulags as American political prisoners of war. Little did they know, they were walking into a carefully laid trap. Little did they know that some of them would die at the hands of their own government while unarmed. Little did they anticipate the lies that would be told by the media and the government. They would be called armed insurrectionists, despite not one firearm being seen, much less recovered. I could go on and on about how we have allowed evil to take over America, but thanks to the FBI, I only get 25 minutes. And they are likely searching this speech already, looking for things to charge me with. So let me leave you tonight with this. America is in a war with evil for liberty's very existence. We do not have the luxury of time in this fight against evil. Tyranny has been allowed to advance freely, but the time to stand against it is now. We must stop it today, or there will be worse violations, more pain, suffering, and death tomorrow. If you don't believe this is a war, ask yourself this question. When was the last time someone tried to blow you up? My last time was in Afghanistan in 2011. Before that, Iraq, 2009. When a sheriff, whose deputies write in a report that a suspect has known symbols of anti-American groups all over his gear and his mission checklist, but goes in front of an uncurious media and claims with a straight face that he does not know whether or not Garrett Smith was for or against an illegally imprisoned, pro-America, retired Special Forces combat vet, then we are in big, big trouble. But with God as my witness, I will die in this jail cell before I allow evil to claim one more victory on my watch. I promise I will fight with all my mind, body, and soul, and not stop until our Constitution is restored and the hundreds of American political prisoners of war are freed and back with their families. May God hear our cries for liberty and justice, and may He restore our once great republic. The oppresso liber, liberty or death. Thank you, everyone.